ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम्बुतीरहे। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, Shloka 65 to 68. 65, 66 I read myself, 68 we can read together. ईश्वरेरावतारयेति न प्रकारा हंसावतारा रघुनावतारा शिक्तावेशावतारा तृतीया ये माता हंसावतारा पुरुषा मत्स्यादिकायाता। 67. There are three categories of incarnations of Godhead: partial incarnations, qualitative incarnations, and empowered incarnations. The Purushas and Matsya are examples of partial incarnations. 67. Brahma Vishnu Shivati Nagunavatare Gani Shiktavesha Shankari Pruto Vyasa Muni. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are qualitative incarnations. Empowered incarnations are those like the Kumaras, King Prudu and Mahamuni, Vyasa, the compiler of the Vedas. Dui rupe haya bhagavanera prakasha ekate prakasha haya arate vilasa. Somebody can read. Mataji is complete. Dui Rupe in two forms. Haya or Bhagavanera of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prakasha, manifestations. Eke, in one. Ta, certainly. Prakasha, manifestation. Haya is, are in the other, are in the other, ta certainly, vilasa engaged in pastimes. Translation and purport by is given as A.C. Bhaktivinoda Srila. Translation: the personality of Godhead exhibits himself in two kinds of forms, prakasha and vilasa. Please repeat the translation. The personality of Godhead exhibits himself in two kinds of forms, prakasha and vilasa. Purport: the Supreme Lord expands his personal forms in two primary categories. The Prakasha forms are manifested by Lord Krishna for his pastimes, and their features are exactly like his. When Lord Krishna married 16,000 queens in Dwaraka, he did so in 16,000 Prakasha expansions. Similarly, during the Rasa dance, he expanded himself in identical Prakasha forms to dance beside each and every gopi simultaneously. When the Lord manifests his Vilasa expansions, however, they are all somewhat different in their bodily features. Lord Balarama is the first Vilasa expansion of Lord Krishna, and the four-handed Narayana forms in Vaikunta expand from Balarama. There is no difference between the bodily forms of Sri Krishna and Balarama except that their bodily colors are different. Similarly, Sri Narayana in Vaikunta has four hands, whereas Krishna has only two. The expansions of the Lord who manifest such bodily differences are known as Vilasa Vigrahas. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnanam Janashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gauravaktarinda He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. In the Brahma Samhita, Brahma says, Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. Anantarupam, Lord is having unlimited forms. And Advayam. Advayam means non-dual. Each form is non-different from the Lord. Advaya Gnana. In today's verses, we will see what are Gunavataras and what are Shakti different kinds of avatars are there. I would briefly explain about that. There are 6 categories of avatars. One is Purusha Avatara, second is Leela Avatara, then we have Gunavatara, Manvantra Avatara, Yuga Avatara and Shakti Avatara. What is Purusha Avatara? Yes. Mahavishnu, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. They are called Purusha Avataras. For the manifestation, for the creation of this material world, Lord has assumed the form of, taken the form of as Purusha Avataras. We all know that Mahavishnu, when he breathes out, all the universes comes out. And after, into each universe he enters as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And then he creates all the living entities. Secondary creation is done by Brahma. In each living entity, in each atoms, Lord entered as Paramatma. These are Purusha avatars. Then we have Leela avatars, like Kumaras, Narada, Varaha, Matsya, Dattatreya. Like that, we have so many avatars. They are called Leela avatars. And then we have Guna avatars. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva are called Guna avatars. Why? Brahma is the in charge for the mode of Rajoguna, passion. And Shiva is the in charge for Tamoguna. And Vishnu is in charge for Sattvaguna. They are called Gunavataras. And we have Manvantra avatars like Yagna, Vibhu, Satyasena, Hare, Rishabhadev. These are all Manvantra avatars. And then we have Yuga avatars like Krishna appeared in Dwapara Yuga and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Kali Yuga. And then we have Shakti avatara, like empowered incarnations, like Kumaras, Narada, Brahma, King Prudu, and Parshurama. In today's verse 68, it is said there are two kinds of forms, Prakasha and Vilasa. The Supreme Lord expands his personal forms into two primary categories. The Prakasa forms are manifested by Lord Krishna for his pastimes, and their features are exactly like his. We all know that Krishna married 16,108 queens in Dwaraka, and Narada Muni wanted to see how Krishna is maintaining this many wives. So he personally entered Dwaraka city. He entered the palace of Krishna. In one palace, he saw Krishna is with one queen. Then he goes to the second palace. There also he found Krishna with another queen. And then he entered the third, like that. Everywhere he could see Krishna is present with the queen. This is the manifestation of his Prakasha forms. Here, Krishna is like the Prakasha forms are manifested by Lord Krishna for his pastimes, and their features are exactly like his. All the features exactly resembles like Krishna. There is no difference. And even when Krishna was dancing with doing Rasa Leelas, each gopi was having a desire that Krishna should dance only with me. So to give that feeling, Krishna was dancing with, expanded himself into the different forms, exactly resembles like Krishna, and each gopi was thinking that Krishna is with me only. This is the Prakasha forms. And there next we have Vilasa expansions. Vilasa expansions are like, if we see Balaram, all yeah. When the Lord manifests his Vilasa expansions, however, they are all somewhat different in their bodily features. Lord Balarama is the first Vilasa expansion of Lord Krishna, and the four-handed Narayana forms in Vaikuntha expand from Balarama. There is no difference between the bodily forms of Sri Krishna and Balarama except their bodily kernels are different. Similarly, Sri Narayana in the Vaikuntha has four hands, whereas Krishna has only two. So here in the Vilasa forms, there is a difference in terms of the bodily features. Like if you see Balaram or the Narayana forms, they look different from Krishna. This is the Vilasa Tattva, Vilasa forms. Today, I would like to I would like to tell about the Paramatma Tattva From Varaha Purana, I got a nice pastime. I would like to explain that. Then after that, I will explain about how to appreciate the spiritual forms. Now we are talking that Krishna is having different forms, Prakasha forms, Vilasha forms. Basically, we don't know what is a spiritual form. We cannot appreciate. So I will tell you how to appreciate the spiritual forms with some examples. In Varaha Purana, there is a nice description. There is a king, virtuous king by the name Ashvashira. Ashvashira had conducted an Ashwamedha Yajna, and after completing the Ashwamedha Yajna, he had given in charity to the Brahmanas a large amount of wealth. And he is a virtuous person, is a devotee of the Lord. To enlighten him, sage Kapila and Jagisha Muni entered his palace. By seeing the great sages, he felt happy and he received them nicely. And he offered them seat, and after completing the formalities, he started asking some questions. Ashvashira asked how to worship the Supreme Lord Narayana. How to please him? Would you kindly tell me? Immediately, then sage Kapila said, "Can't you see Narayana is standing before you?" Then he said, "I know that both of you are great sages. You are having mystical power, but I don't agree that you are Narayana." Then immediately, sage Kapila transformed his form into Narayana. Before that, he said, King Ashvashira said, Narayana is having Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, is holding in his hands Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. And he has a Garuda has his Vahana. So how can I accept that you are Narayana? You may be a great mystical, you may be having some mystic powers, but I don't agree, I don't accept with you. Immediately the next moment, Sage Kapila transformed his form into 400 form Narayana, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. And Jagivesha Muni, he transformed his form into Garuda. Then he got puzzled. He was suddenly he was wondering what happened. Then he said, "No, still I don't believe. I know that both of you are having mystical powers. I don't accept that you are Narayana." From Narayana's lotus, from his novel, lotus flower comes out. From there, Brahma sits. That's how generally Narayana looks. So I don't believe that both of you as Narayana. Then immediately, this sage Kapila, he transformed his form into Narayana, and from his novel, one lotus flower came. Inside that, Jagaveshwamani sat as a Brahma. Now he asked, "Can you accept now that we are Narayanas?" Then he said, No, I don't accept. I know that you are having mystical powers. I don't accept you, Narayana." Then suddenly, a lot of animals, mosquitoes, lions, tigers started entering the palace of Ashvashira's kingdom. After seeing that, he got frightened. So what's happening? He really got frightened. Then he requested Sage Kapila and Jagaveshwamani, "Please, I am requesting you to break break your magic spell. Please tell me who are you exactly." Then they came to their original forms. Like then they said, you are having an understanding that you are seeing this creation is different from Narayana. You are thinking that Narayana is different and this creation is different. So that understanding is not proper. Like Andantarastha Paramanu Jayantarastham. Lord is there inside the atom and inside the universe. Sarvasya Chaham Rudisannivistaha. And Paramatma is sitting in everybody's heart. But what you are saying, you are thinking that the Narayana who is there in the Vaikunta planet is different from this creation. The entire creation is manifestations. Janmadashayataha. All the Brahmandas are coming out from the body of Mahavishnu. So entire creation is the source of Narayana. Either the material world or the spiritual world, the entire creation. Sarva Karana Karanam is the cause of all causes. So with that understanding, you have to worship Narayana. Then you will be able to realize you will get moksha. Then he felt happy. I mean, after receiving this, he felt happy and he started worshipping Narayana in that mood. So here the important thing is, when we to appreciate the spiritual forms, I give some few examples. Then we will be able to know. Sometime a few years back in Bangalore, there was a fire caught on in a software IT building. A lot of employees were there inside the building, and they started screaming out. And some IT people, software engineers, they started jumping out from the building. They lost their lives, and somebody were helplessly there inside the fire. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavaka. So let us say what exactly Krishna is trying to say. Nainam Dahati Pavaka. Let us say in this same example, if they are having a spiritual body, they must not, nothing could have happened to him, because a spiritual body cannot be burned to ashes. It cannot be burned by fire. And a few days, just few weeks before, one person, he was in living relationship with a woman, and later he murdered her, and he cutted her body into so many pieces. And what our Bhagavad Gita says, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani. Like, let us say if you are having a spiritual body, nobody can cut your body. Nobody can cut your body. So, and one day, 1 week before, there is a bridge collapsed in Gujarat, the city called Morbi. Hundreds of people died. They drowned in the water and they died. If they know, let us say if they are having a spiritual body, they must not have died. Because Nainam Chindandi Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavaka, what is that next? Nachaidam Kledyanti Apo. So the soul cannot be moistened by water. So imagine we are talking about the spiritual body, like we are all performing devotional service, because we all, in the end, what we are going to get? Liberation. If we are successful in our spiritual journey, we will get liberation and we will get a spiritual body. What is a spiritual body? Sachidananda Vigraha. Eternal bliss. So this is this is a way to understand the spiritual forms. And so we are performing the sadhana bhakti. So currently we have been trained up or to appreciate the material forms. Let us say somebody is very beautiful. At least when we were young, let us say the young boy, young girl, when they see a beautiful girl or a handsome boy, they get attracted. Because they are thinking that this body is real. So as per the Bhagavad Gita, what we are, all this, whatever the forms we are seeing, these are all actually material. This is only the illusion, temporary manifestation of the material nature. Even if you see recent development science, there is a lot of advancement happen in the science. As per the latest quantum physics, they say what we are seeing actually only energy, no substance. Even the scientists also realized that. So you are looking at me, I'm looking at you. So you are thinking that I'm a person. But actually, as per the recent development in science, they are saying that what we are seeing only energy, no substance. Energy has taken certain forms. And we will discuss few qualities, spiritual qualities. Krishna is having 64 qualities. We will discuss a few so that we will understand, we can appreciate how the Krishna's form and his qualities. So few decades before there was a Bollywood actor. He made his debut, and it was his first film, and it became super success, and he became so famous. So many, like lot of like millions and millions of followers he got. So he was basically that hero. He was having very strong body, like six-pack body, and lakhs and millions of people got attracted to him. Actually, this quality belongs to Krishna. If you read this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Krishna is having 64 qualities, right? The first quality is having beautiful bodily features. The Rupa Goswami describes, it is said that Krishna's face is as beautiful as a moon. Summertime, let us say when the moon rises, you feel so soothing. Cool breeze and soothing sunshine, moonshine. Because throughout the day, lot of heat, lot of the temperature is very high. The moment in the evening comes, moon rises, you're feeling very soothing. Similarly, the Krishna's face is compared to moon. And we have to, during our sadhana bhakti principles, even Rupa Goswami says that we should meditate on our deities, beautiful power of Radha Rasvihari. We have to spend some time and we have to learn to see the beauty of Radha Rasvihari. So every day you come and there is a process given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Start meditating from the lotus feet, then the limbs, the thighs, then waist, chest, and the Lord, and then hands and the neck and beautiful face of Radha Rasvihari. So every day we have to meditate like this. Spend some time in front of the deities. So by doing this for several years, you will develop taste, spiritual taste. You will appreciate Radha Rasvihari's spiritual beauty. Currently, when let us say foreigner comes, when he sees Radha Rasvihari, he thinks it's a stone. For him, it doesn't make any difference. And yedhamam prapadyamte tam sateva bhajamiham. If you see Krishna as a stone, he also appears to you as a stone. So that's why this is in the nectar of devotion. So a lot of principles like sadhana bhakti principles are given. So we have to practice that. We have to, the moment we develop the taste for seeing the deity, to appreciate the spiritual forms, then our taste for the material beauty will be reduced. As long as we do not develop attraction or attachment for the deities, to appreciate our deities, we will be getting attracted to the material forms. And what will happen if we get attracted to the material forms? We will continue our cycle of birth and death. So every day we have to, these very important principles. And you also learn some bhajans and glorify the deities so that you will develop some relationship. Just to, offer some prayers. And if possible, bring some flowers or any tulsi leaves. Try to offer. So in this way, we all should have try to get personal connection to the deities. That's very important. So these beautiful bodily features, it is Rupa Goswami explains here, his thighs are powerful just like the trunks of elephants. His arms are just like two pillars. So this his palms are expanded like lotus flowers. His chest is like a doorway. So what we see is the so-called six-pack bodies. The order explanation, right? The description. And one more quality is pleasing. Okay. So one more quality is pleasing talker. So we all know that Krishna had chastised the Kaliya serpent very badly. After everything got over, finally he started saying to Kaliya, "My dear Kaliya, it is my duty to protect these cows. I must have hurted very badly. Although I have given you so much pain, please do not be dissatisfied with me. Only in order to save the cows from the danger of your presence have I been obliged to banish you from this place." So Krishna, he had chastised the Kaliya very badly, and then he's very pleasingly is talking. So this quality is called pleasing talker. And one more quality of Krishna is he is ever youthful. What was the age of Krishna on the battlefield of Mahabharat, when he was there on the battlefield of Mahabharat? 125 years. So do you see God's face anywhere? Old picture you see anywhere? No, because God is having a spiritual body. Spiritual body, it never gets old. So up to 16 years, the original form of Krishna we've seen the Goloka Vrindavan, that is 15 years or 16 years. That's all. We cannot go beyond that. And even when we all get liberation, we will also get the similar kind of body, Sachidananda Vigraha. We will never grow old. And one more quality is Krishna can speak different languages. He can speak to the birds, he can speak to the cows in their language. So here the description is again, Rupa Goswami says that a person who knows the languages of different countries, especially the Sanskrit language which is spoken in the cities of demigods, as well as other worldly languages, including those of animals, is called a wonderful linguist. It appears from the statement that Krishna can also speak and understand the languages of animals. An old woman of Vrindavan, present at the time of Krishna's pastimes, once stated in surprise, "How wonderful it is that Krishna, who owns the hearts of all young girls of Rajabhumi, can nicely speak the language of Rajabhumi with the gopis." With the gopis, Krishna is speaking in their language, Rajabhumi language. And with the animals, he is speaking in their language. With the birds, he is speaking in that language. So this is the beautiful quality of Krishna, wonderful linguist. And one more quality is truthful. So Krishna gave a promise to Kunti Devi that I would bring all your, I would protect your sons from the battlefield. Do not worry. Before the battlefield, he gave a promise to Kunti Maharani. So after the battlefield, after the Mahabharata youth, Kunti Devi is telling, even the sunshine may one day become cool, and the moonshine one day become hot. Still your promise will not fail. This is the one more quality, truthfulness. And then, so I would like to touch upon one more important point. Every day we are chanting the 10 offenses after the holy name. And the second offense is to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. So every day we see, let us say you come across a rich person. So like few years before I went for a preaching, I met one young boy, just 25 years boy, and he was having a Rolls Royce car. So he comes, he owns a Rolls Royce car. So the moment when we see that, we get bewildered by that, then actually we are under the spell of Maya. Because whatever the opulence we are seeing, whatever the beauty we are seeing, actually they are all owned by Krishna. And even if you see Brahma, who is the CEO of this engineer, that position is actually given by Krishna. If we do not connect this, like if we think that Brahma is great, and if you do not connect him to Krishna, then actually it is an offense. So whatever the position, whatever the power we are seeing, opulence we are seeing, they're all actually, Krishna is the owner of that. He's just giving us the feeling that it belongs to us. And one more important thing is, even let us say somebody, somebody is aspiring for wealth or beauty, knowledge. So if you pray to Krishna, he will grant those boons to you. So you need not worry that I don't have opulence, or I don't have education, or I don't have power. We should never think like that. Because whatever the material desire you have, if you pray to Krishna sincerely, Krishna will fulfill all your material desires. So, when we see opulence or power, beauty, we should not forget Krishna. If we are forgetting Krishna, if we are not connecting that to Krishna, then we will be under the trap of Maya. We will go behind that. So this is very important to connect everything with the Krishna. So I would like to stop here. Anybody have any suggestions, or like to make any comments? Hanuman Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण। वास्तव में जो कुछ कार्य हम करते हैं, पंचताने महाबाहो कारणाने निबोधमे अधिष्ठानम तथा कर्ता कर्णम च पृथक्विदम पृथक् दैवम चैवात्र पंचमम। बुरा अच्छा कोई का कार्य होने के लिए 5 वस्तु की आवश्यकता है। अधिष्ठान मतलब क्षेत्र, शरीर, कर्ता कार्य करने वाला, कर्णम कार्य करने की प्रक्रिया, पृथक्विचेष्टा विभिन्न इंद्रियों द्वारा प्रयास, दैवम चैवात्र पंचमम, और दैवम मतलब प्रभु की अनुमति। जब तक प्रभु सैंक्शन नहीं करते हैं कोई भी कार्य पूर्ण नहीं होगा। तो हम लोग जो हमेशा ये सोचने का है, कभी ये नहीं सोचना कि मेरा ही सर्विस सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है। यह सोचने का है कि बाकी भक्तों का सेवा भी जरूरी है। कभी बोला जाता है कि बुक डिवोशन इज टॉप मोस्ट, लेकिन बुक डिवोशन चलता है जब भक्त लोग प्रसाद बनाते हैं, भगवान को अर्पण करते हैं, और उनका जब पेट भर जाता है तब शक्ति आता है कुछ भी सेवा करने के लिए। इसलिए किचन में कोई बर्तन भी घिसते हैं, कोई सफाई भी करते हैं, उनका सेवा भी महत्वपूर्ण है। तो हमेशा हम लोग दूसरे का सेवा को अप्रिशिएट करने का कोशिश करना है। ऐसे हमें मन में अहंकार नहीं आएगा कि मैं ही बड़ा हूं और बाकी सब छोटे हैं हमारे से। तो प्रभु गोपिर भर तो पद कमल और दास अनुदास दास, चैतन्य महाप्रभु बताया है कि हम दास अनुदास दास। उन्होंने 3 स्टेप नीचे जाने का बोला है। जितना हम छोटा बनने की कोशिश करेंगे तो प्रभु हमारे ऊपर प्रसन्न हो जाएंगे, जितना बड़ा बनने का दिखाया करेंगे तो हो सकता है प्रभु प्रसन्न न हो। अगर प्रभु को प्रसन्न करना है तो हमें क्या करने का है? पोलाइटनेस, हम्बलनेस, विनम्रता अगर हमारे जीवन में उतर जाए तो प्रभु प्रसन्न होंगे, सारे भक्त प्रसन्न होंगे और जीवन होगा सफल। हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। एक प्रश्न है प्रभु जी, वन क्वेश्चन। मेनी टाइम्स पीपल से दैट जब भगवान अंदर से बुलाएंगे तब मंदिर आऊंगा, अंदर से बुलावा आएगा तब, when Lord calls me then I will come to temple. So what is your comments on this? Because they feel Paramatma will call me then I will come to temple.
That will actually that will never happen. Generally, Lord sends his devotees. So, if we can respect the devotees, if we appreciate devotees, then we will come to Krishna. If you think that only Paramatma has to, as you said, it will never happen. So, they should think that some devotee is coming and telling, okay, please come to the temple. We should recognize that Krishna has sent him, inspired that devotee to meet me and to come to the temple. So you should take that opportunity and come to the temple. Even let us say, like sometimes he'll be sleeping and Himagari Prabhu comes and Mangalarti he wakes up. So they're very fortunate, like it's a good opportunity. So he's come and given, just be woken up. Immediately just got up and get ready and come to the Mangalarti. Right? So like that way you have to. माता जी से
हरे कृष्णा। बोलो।
यस माता जी।
ओके, तो हमने युगावतार के बारे में बोला, तो उसमें 4 कलर भी है। युगा अवतार का अलग अलग कलर होता है, अलग अलग युग में। वाइट, बाद में रेड, ब्लैक एंड येलो। सतयुग में व्हाइट होता है, हंसा अवतार। रेड वो त्रेता में होता है,
राम जी।
ब्लैक ने येलो। कभी ब्लैक है ना, वो ब्लू भी हो सकता है, वो विष्णु अवतार होता है कभी। एनीवे, दैट्स आई वांटेड टू शेयर।
थैंक यू माता जी, थैंक यू। That's all. So we'll end here. गंधरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।